Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades, where today we are earning ourselves some quick Titan blood. I do hope that, with boons and stuff, this run doesn't end up being too similar to the last one, but I think it's worth it to get another Titan blood early, so we can unlock one of the 2 blood aspects for one of our other weapons. We still don't even have an aspect for the rail, so yeah, I think this is the right thing to do. So we need to find a thing that we are willing to turn up. What do I think is going to be the easiest thing to deal with? Let's just have a look through all these. So this is 20% more damage from all foes. We already have a level of this turned on. There's a reduction in healing. I would like to avoid this one, probably. All prices are 40% higher per rank. That seems pretty brutal. More foes in standard encounters. Obviously, early on, that's not a big deal. In Elysium and beyond, this could be a real annoyance. Extreme measures. Underworld regions bosses gain new techniques, 1 region per rank. We're pretty good at fighting the Furies. Maybe we could take that. We just let enemies have a little bit higher health. Honestly, that might be the way to go. Armored foes have perks, plus 1 per rank, and this is worth 2 heat, so they expect that this will make the game way harder. Each mini-boss encounter gains plus 1 armored foe or some additional problem. The exit to each underworld region requires you to purge a boon. That sucks. A huge amount. That is also 2 heat. Forced overtime. Interesting. Bonus move speed and attack speed plus 20% per rank is worth 3 heat. I wouldn't really expect that to be all that dangerous. I mean, obviously, it's not good, but... damage control makes foes ignore the first time you hit them. Honestly, that's not that big of a deal. We might take that one. And... oh dear. A very tight timer. I don't play quickly enough for this to be a sensible thing to do. I think we might take damage control. This is not really that great of a cost. Alright, so that refreshes our bounties. And maybe the smarter thing to do would have been just like another point on calisthenics program. But this will affect the bosses, whereas damage control effectively doesn't, right? Like 1 extra hit on the boss really doesn't matter. We're going to go this way. Alright, show me something interesting. I do really want to try out the Demeter cast, and obviously that's not any good with the bow. I did take the Pierced Butterfly again. I don't know. I feel okay about that, I guess. I would like to get it leveled up.
Hidden talents.
Alright, let's pick a new thing. These are all new things. Hold attack to shoot rapidly, but you cannot power shot. I mean, that's quite different. Yeah, maybe that'd be fun. Just, like, really change things up.
The deadliest bow of all.
Alright, well, it's not, like, that rapid. It does lower the cost of having to land 1 additional hit on enemies, though, doesn't it?
I can take it.
Son of Hades, I believe I have deduced something I ought have sooner recognized. Your mother must have been one who called herself Persephone. Her stay within the underworld was brief from my perspective, but impactful nonetheless. You seek her now. Respond.
I really like that they're keeping track of that thing where he told us never to respond unless... sorry, where they told us never to respond unless they ask for a response.
Oh, Master Chaos. You should know I have located her already. Though where she is, I cannot stay for long. So I'm visiting as often as I can. It's not unlike our visits here. Only somehow even harder to get to where she is.
I see. Then it is good to know that you have been in contact. And I trust that your successive visits shall be worth their while. Not unlike our visits here.
Man, I sure hope so. Alright, this is pretty low cost here at the beginning of the game, where our cast isn't really worth very much anyway. So cast damage up, attack damage up. This one's not bad either. I'm gonna take Addled Favor. I do like Boon Rarity. I do not feel like it would be wrong to take any of these, though, frankly. Alright, still we hunt keys. We are not yet clear on the mirror.
Come.
Let's just knock some rocks down on him. Took a little longer than I was expecting it to. It has nerfed our range a little bit. So I don't think we're shooting as far as we shoot on a successful power shot. Are we piercing? Okay, we are piercing with all the shots at least. May we never learn what that enemy does. So, like, how many... Again, what is the percentage that makes the butterfly worthwhile? Is it like 20%? We could do 20%. Although, honestly, when distant memory is all the way leveled up, it might be 20% without all the trouble. Yeah, I like this.
Right.
To be perfectly honest, it feels like it has removed a little bit of my ability to apply skill to do better, which I guess is kind of a downside, but also there's the there's the other edge of that sword, which is it's harder for me to screw it up. I'm honestly a little torn. The chill thing, chill on attack might be pretty good with what we have now, but also, you know how I feel about HP. And getting HP boons or HP buffs before you lose any of your Death Defiance charges, especially if you have 3 of them, each one of these hearts, represents like a considerable amount of health. Don't you just float at me menacingly? Grasp extended. This doesn't really feel, tactically like... I don't know, Hades' chamber designer is a little asleep at the wheel here.
That was my keepsake. That's life.
Alright, yeah, we're not ready for that yet. Because I did not remember to bring my coin purse. Maybe if we devote enough runs to Thanatos, he'll show up and fill in some backstory for us. It seems like they're remarkably chill. Maybe they have poor awareness. I mean, they don't have eyes, right? So, how would they even know where I am? Difficult Artemis Boon is definitely interesting. And our Chaos Boon is active now, so... Although I guess I don't know how that actually applies here, because like the base rarity for the boons here is going to be rare. So I guess probably the Chaos Boon doesn't actually help, because it's not a 20% chance to increase the rarity. It's just a 28% chance for it to be rare or better. I'm gonna take the boon. We got no boons. No, I changed my mind. I'm gonna take the money, and then we'll just go buy some boons. Oh dear! When they're armored, they're quite fast. Okay, so clearly it's trying to grab us. Although it looks like when it lunges at you, it grabs the chain that's hanging from its own manacle. I guess maybe it's less of a grabbing motion. It's grabbing its own chain and then trying to, like, brass knuckles punch me, right? I'm doing a bad job. I turned off the auto-aim, and now I'm immediately making a fool of myself. Alright, we are stacking them up. I had to say, not exactly killing it on the rewards so far. 9% already. Feels pretty good. Honestly, I think this keepsake's alright. Oh, that's a spike trap. That really probably should have hit me. Yeah, I don't know, man. The hands are not much of a threat if you have a ranged weapon. It's an interesting mechanical identity to give to an enemy. Alright, I did see this Trove. We don't really need to do that. That said, doing it will earn us money, right?
I'll take what's mine.
And we're very unlikely to end up below full health after this, so. Oh, I'm just shooting the column. This would be a good time to maybe, like, step it up a little bit on the aim. There we go.
Dead.
Now, because this is not a chamber unto itself, it wasn't going to award us a butterfly charge anyway, so I don't feel too bad about taking that damage. Although at the rate I'm actually killing the enemies here, it's entirely possible that I'm just not going to recover the small amount of health we lost. Okay, we barely made it, and I did not, in fact, get any money for that. Oh, that's right, you don't get money on killing enemies on those. You get money killing enemies on the time challenges. What was I thinking? It's fine. Somehow we shall survive.
Sorry.
Oh, that's a new one.
And I'm locked in.
What on earth are you? I love that we're still seeing new stuff. Okay, I gotta not wait and try to react. Just assume he's gonna do it. As soon as he appears, move. Or maybe slightly before he appears. Oh, he does not hit stun as much as I would like. Yeah, that's really fast. You actually extremely do not get time to react there.
For you, my cousin Zagreus, I wish to offer the most potent of the blessings I am able to bestow. Make wise your use of this, and rise toward us.
Yeah, no, nobody fill them in on what I'm doing here. I might take Divine Dash. I've come around on it a little bit. We could take Divine Strike, but honestly, I'm hoping to get something else for our attack. Like, honestly, with this attack speed, even Dionysus would be pretty good. So I think it's between Flourish and Dash. And honestly, I really like what we got out of Dash last time. I'm going to take Dash. I'm going to take the Dash, and also the cash.
The most violent wretches of Tartarus are sealed away even from other condemned souls. Their only visitors, those fool enough to attempt escape.
Let's do this again sometime.
I'm a little surprised. The punctuation in that was a little bit incorrect. Where's that Supergiant polish now? For real though, I took an absurd amount of damage in that room. That was very bad. I let myself get all fustigated by a new enemy. Fortunately, these guys are basically never a threat, no matter what the situation.
More.
Oh, this is not ideal. In case you were wondering, no, that deflect was absolutely not on purpose. It was a happy accident that arose from me dodging far later than I should have. Okay. This guy's probably the last one.
My keepsake.
Zag, I know, man. You don't have to you don't have to keep reminding me. Alright, I should probably take some life essence. Yeah, I'm not too worried about any of the other stuff. And we're still over 250. And to be honest with you, I'm not like 100% wild about a pomegranate in this situation. Wow. I'm a little surprised. Like, that guy definitely took some of the arrows, right? But at some point, I guess I stopped hitting him, despite the fact that I did not move the mouse cursor at any point during the firing there. Well, that's a shame. That's 1.5% damage he cost me.
Power of Olympus.
Yeah, right? Like, I don't care about that even a little bit. This is legitimately difficult. When we ask Sisyphus for money, Does he give us 100? I don't remember. I feel like I ask him for health so often. He might... I guess let's go to... Well, if we go to Sisyphus and ask him, though, we can't get a butterfly charge. I'm going this way. I was going to say let's go ask him and find out and have that information for later. But butterfly charge. Especially after just, like, hard whiffing a chance to get one, I gotta take making sure we charge this up early on relatively seriously. Hey, that's a couple of enemies. Just trying to spawn stuff in behind me. Yeah, like, if you just look at the damage we're casually doing with our attacks, that 6-point damage boost on the dash is basically nothing. Yeah, this is a good time to shop. Especially since I suspect we are in the pre-boss chamber here.
Charon's shop.
Okay, that's promising. And I know, this was another opportunity for us to get a butterfly charge, but because I suspected we were going into the pre-boss chamber, there wouldn't have been a fight for the heart, right? It would have just been sitting on the floor, so...
Looks like you are stuck for one hell of a night down there, man. I knew Charon would hook you up with what you need.
I think we're going to take Drunken Strike here. Although, ooh, his call is real good, and this is not even the base rarity version of it. You know what? I like Drunken Strike with our equipment. We're taking this.
How about another?
I really like his call. Are we going to buy the Darkness? We're less desperate for Darkness than we used to be. I mean, like, it's still definitely power, but I think I'd rather have the gold at this moment.
Guessing Electo?
You know, we want to get as deep here as we can.
Quite.
Murder. Murder, murder, murder.
We're not getting through to one another, are we? I'm sorry that it has to be this way.
I don't know, I think she's getting through to me. It seems clear to me that what she wants to happen here is some murders, and that is in fact precisely what she is getting. Well, I shouldn't say murders. Single murder. Did her attack always stun? That might be a new difficulty thing. Oh, she didn't actually move at all. Yeah, I don't know, man. It feels subtly different. Ow. Well, I tried to be dashing. I'm not playing my most A game here. Boy, she really goes a little bit further than I expect every single time. And I try to, like, adjust my expectation, right? Like, okay, well, she went further so you just think she's gonna go further than you expect her to this time, and then she still goes a little further than that even. I'm gonna use our call when we get to the smallest version of the room. Oh, I dashed a little too far forward. So I figured this is where we're most likely to need the help. Ah, she ran all the way. I wasn't expecting her to be all the way out in the entryway. Okay, that could have been cleaner.
No murder.
Well, I mean, except for the murder that I just performed. That one's fine.
Blood of the Titans.
Alright, well, that's really what we came for. Any other rewards that we managed to pull here are basically just like icing on the cake.
Did you enjoy this stint in Tartarus?
I think it is reasonable for us to buy an Eye of Lamia, and probably we're skipping the rest of this. So we leave Tartarus with 13.5 on the butterfly.
So much for Tartarus.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. If it were all the way upgraded, that's like 9. That's 9 rooms. We'd have another 4.5% on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this keepsake is alright, man. We'll have to level up the distant memory, too, to see exactly what its scaling is. It may end up being the case that the distant memory is better for this kind of weapon most of the time. Which is kind of a shame, because, like, a weapon where the distant memory would be good is absolutely the weapon you want to be using for trying to get butterfly charges, right? A nice, safe, long-distance fighting. And I'm doing a real clumsy job in some of these rooms, though. And already we're at a point where I feel like I'd be majorly annoyed if we were, if we had 25% additional enemies in these rooms.
There's something.
Alright, what manner of Trove are you? Well, you know, given our situation right now, I think it's relatively safe to take that. And, you know, it's more opportunities for our eye to drop food.
Whatever, let's try it.
You leave my troves alone.
Darkness does still matter.
Ready for me?
Gosh, we need more boons. It's a great time for a call. What, have I killed 2 enemies now? I mean, granted, they gave us some tough ones on this one. Some high HP foes. Okay, there we go.
There. Satisfied?
Now to collect.
Alright, so we got 14 darkness without really paying any cost. That doesn't even really count as an encounter, so it didn't lower the number of charges on our eye, but we managed to heal back the damage we took. Well, I think that a pomegranate here is pretty bad, so we're going to go this way. And who knows, maybe he'll give us that dodge buff again. You know, in case this run wasn't similar enough to the last one. Okay, he does change direction pretty effectively, actually. Oh, interesting. The enemies serve as blockers. Like he couldn't actually push forward through the other skeleton. I don't know if we'll ever be able to use that, like, intentionally to our advantage. Seems like a pretty specific and uncommon situation, but something to keep in mind. Are the other enemies just gonna... Yep, they're just gonna sit back and let me do this. Let's drop some rocks on that guy.
Could you do a little favor for me, cuz? My brothers, sisters, family, and whatnot, they're unaware I'm working with you here. It's no big deal, but let's keep it that way for now. Alright?
I mean, nobody can hear me down here anyway, right? I'm... Right, at the risk of being boring, I mean... The synergy with our keepsake is too strong. It's too strong not to take. Alright, I don't much like pomegranate here, so maybe we're going to the shop with only 160 gold. It's enough to buy a boon. Yeah, but it's pretty marginal, and like, as much as this is also marginal, it is at least a chance for butterfly charge.
I hear something.
Death has come.
Well, I made the right call.
I thought you made it out. No matter.
Ah, no fair. I thought there was going to be more dialogue. I was taking a drink. Alright, the good news is these things actually have very little health. And we do a significant portion of their HP by dashing through them.
You die next.
Ah, he's doing too good of a job because the enemies are too evasive. Okay. I know I took lava damage there, but I did it on purpose so that we could get that kill. Alright, that should kill, I think, all of the Hydra heads that we put it on, because they have so little health. So I think we probably got a fair number of kills there. Ah, he's getting so many, though.
This won't go on the record.
Oh. So I took a ton of damage there to try to win that, and we just barely got there. I don't know if it was actually worth all of the lava that I stood in to ensure kills. I'm coming.
Still running from yourself, I see. How's that been working out for you thus far?
I'm searching for my mother. You still live at home with yours. You don't know what it's like.
Oof, Zag.
Mother Nyx was like a mother to you too, and this is how you repay her. You should be ashamed of yourself and learn your place.
Oh.
Sort of a non-reaction, really.
The power of the gods.
Alright, well, we're taking this one. Apparently, I am not allowed to use the, not allowed to use the thing to, buff our dodge chance. I get why they don't let you, because that would be the obvious choice, but still a bummer. Oh no, witches.
These witches again.
Well, I guess we have the deflect here, so it's not so bad. I can't reach anything from here. But the projectiles are so thick that I can't even dodge through all of them. Oh, we broke the armor on one of them. Jesus. I'm just gonna do this for a second because it's working. Oh god, it's so many. It's so many projectiles. Again, messy.
Again sometime, all right?
Old Hades has continued to ignore my every effort to reach out to him, young man. Oh well, but he is obstinate indeed. You are wise to seek your family's better half.
Yeah, I was about to say, if he offers us his attack boon, we'd probably take it, right? I mean, loading Electric Shot into the Haribo is certainly not bad, although it's not what I would prefer. I think we're going to take Lightning Strike.
The might of the heavens.
If we could pull Dionysus for the cast boon, I think that would be pretty good. I should probably just be using my cast loaded into the bow, even without it having an aspect more, though. On a lot of enemies, it feels like it's overkill, but... See, like, strategically, this is working pretty well. And I should definitely at least be doing it on, like, boss-type enemies.
Stay dead.
Am I really not done? Alright, we're just gonna let these guys have a little bit of a drink. Really, it's still not over. Okay, jeez.
Right there.
That was a long-ass room. Oh, I mean... I think we gotta, right? We need boons badly. Yeah. We must. Not that it's necessarily going to be easy. I think we're going to lead Dionysus here, because I'm really hoping for the Dionysus cast boon.
Hey man, I heard Athena had a word with you already, yeah? She's cool though, once you get to know her. Here, I got something that ought to suit her style.
Oh, is he offering me... No, he's not offering me a duo. But he is offering me Festive Fog, which I think we really ought to take. Yeah.
What blessing for you. Is that the way of it, young man? How impetuous of you. Oh, I never.
Well, that's that.
Can you imagine the size of the pearls that Zeus clutches? That's a very large amount of lightning on the ground. You know, just keep moving. So I'd like to get the enemies grouped up a little bit more so that that thing is more effective. But, you know, we work with what we can get here. Ah, damn. Every single time I stop, it feels like I'm getting punished. I was really hoping that was going to be the end of it. See, I think that's pretty good, strategically speaking. Obviously, in a lot of situations, I would say that we should work to group the enemies up a little bit more. Here, I think we just kind of gotta take our attacks where we can get them. We have limited freedom of movement in this environment. Oh, thank God. Jesus.
Do not spurn me again like that. You hear me, young man? I think you do. So let's put this to bed and move along.
Yeah, brutal. Absolutely brutal. Jolted is pretty good. We have pretty fast chain lightning coming out. We're not really using the special at all. Although this adds even more AoE burst on your special. It's certainly not bad. And it makes shotgunning enemies certainly a little bit more compelling. I think we're going to take Static Discharge. Thunder Flourish is... Yeah, we'll do this.
Thunder time.
Alright, there's a shop. We're probably going to the shop. There's also a pool down here. Yeah. Take one of those. I'm not going to buy the Trove Tracker because of the fact that we're about to go to a shop. I was really hoping that there would just be food in the pool, and then food here as well. Oh, wait, that ding. I remember what that ding means.
Looks like a good spot.
Eventually I remember. I'm so nervous I'm going to miss it.
Got a crustacean.
That is a super cool looking little fish. Alright, so no food. Karen, you're really not coming through for me here, buddy.
Should help keep me going.
Damage resistance while standing in your fog is interesting, and maybe worthwhile. Deal more damage while 3 or more, it's just 50% damage to everything while enemies are hangover inflicted. I mean, this is not very good for us because of the fact that the only thing we have that does hangover right now, obviously, is the call. Drunken Flourish is interesting, because this would give us like a reason to run in, shotgun special on the boss, and then go back to focusing on attacks until the hangover ticks out. But because of the way Festive Fog works, where the Bloodstone drops out as soon as the effect ends, we can basically have this up all the time, especially if we don't always fire all of our Festive Fog at once. And that's a considerable amount of damage resistance. I just don't know that I want to be pinned to an area like that. It seems like a really easy way to take damage from enemies who are outside of the area. I'm going to take this.
I'll take this one.
And... yeah. Alright, so we're going to lose a Death Defiance here. Seems very likely.
I will keep coming back, just like your stupid heads.
Alright, well this is one of the least dangerous colors of Hydra, at least. So let's let him do his stomp and then run in here and blast him. Oh, that's behind some cover. I don't want to get stomped. I guess he's close enough to the next phase. May as well just try to push him over. Trying to get it to angle just past. When he comes out of the corner, we're going to get him. Or maybe he's just going to live in that corner forever. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure I was dashing. I'm blaming that one on Athena. It can't be my fault, obviously. I'm telling you, man, there's something about the waves. I have such a hard time seeing the waves in time to dodge them. I don't know why. I don't know why that type of projectile more than any other. Obviously, we're hoping here for greater call during the second multi-head phase. Although, actually, we got the job done a little bit faster than I thought we were going to, and it may not end up being necessary. Alright, let's spend it on the other side of the map. Here's the thing about Dionysus. He's a team player. Gosh, that's pretty effective. Alright, just you and me, Big Ugly. That could certainly have gone more smoothly.
Till you reconstitute again. I'll just tuck that away.
Alright, we got like no charges on our butterfly during that. Yeah. That was a pretty rough world. That said, 16.5% bonus to all damage is borderline good enough already. Even to damage you do at close range.
Should be useful. To the top.
Hey, you know what I didn't do was load my cast into my bow at all that whole fight. Not that it would have made much difference in terms of our positioning here, because it would not have prevented me from losing the Death Defiance, and we're at full health anyway, so...
Time to pick a fight.
I guess materially it wasn't a big loss, but it definitely was, you know, wrong not to be doing it. I would like more max HP. And we have enough money to buy most of the interesting types of things we might see at a pool. Not a proper shop, but 1 gold reward room isn't going to get us a proper shop anyway. Ooh, good deflection. I forgot we even had this.
Set.
Look at me occasionally remembering to do a thing, and actually, in a pretty useful way. Although, it'd be great if those guys stopped existing. I would love to have time to just focus on the shield dudes. There we go. So it looks like the little chariots are only considered to be attacking at the start of their little charge, because that's when he took the jolt damage. How am I... There we go. How am I missing this stationary enemy? Well, I probably am willing to take a Chaos Boon on, and yeah, I don't feel too bad about losing a key. And who knows, we might not even.
Hit me.
May be the case that we are offered a key down there. So we're very early in this biome. There's no way we're going to get to the boss with this still active.
In the name of Hades.
Ooh, that's harsh, but that's also a wonderful reward. I think we're taking Roiling Soul. I know I'm gonna be upset with myself repeatedly during the next 4 standard encounters, but I think this is right.
Some nectar there.
Just sitting on the ground.
Who doesn't love this stuff?
It's weird. Oh, it's because it's a fountain chamber.
Within the delicately hewn constructions of Elysium exist places of peace, so utterly serene and absolute as mortal kind is seldom to experience during the average short and often painful coil.
Is this really as good as it gets for mortal kind?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It seems better than I usually get. I think I'm going to take Zeus here because I'd actually really like to get the Zeus Dionysus Duo Boon, if we can. Obviously, I would love some help from Artemis, but...
You bested the champion himself, which means that I have little hope of vanquishing you here.
Which means you could just back off.
So then why bother fighting me? You don't have to do this. That Theseus has a highly questionable influence on you.
I see you playing, short one. I too was born of darkness. I chose the path of light. Even in death, it was not too late. Not even for a monster such as I. I trust your deaths will likewise be enlightening.
Dude is putting off strong Kazaganthe energy right now. Back in. There we go. Ah! I thought he was going to get stuck on that. I'm trying to get him to crash into the wall or just like anything. Anything at all. There we go. Let's get him to commit to a leap. Hey, wow. Good shooting on my part. I thought for sure I would either hit him or the column there. Oof, boy, I am every time I plant my feet to do the shotgun, I'm catching it right across the face. I was literally an inch away from him there. Just not optimal play from me today. I wish I could just be like, nah, I don't want to take damage anymore. I've decided I'm done with it. I'm gonna wait until he's a little calmer before we do this. Let's make sure we're keeping that stacked up.
Enough. You've earned your passage. I go now to recover for the next occasion that we meet.
I am just really not on top of it today, man. I'm playing very messily.
In the name of Hades.
No duo for us. After you dash just before getting hit, you get a thing. I don't really love that. Your Clouded Judgment's probably pretty good. Our call is powerful. Or 150 damage to your foes every time you get hit. Which then also stacks Jolted on them. I think I like this better. Yeah. But certainly not what I was hoping for. Ah. I was hoping that dashing after he performed the first 2 shots of his combo would be late enough that he wouldn't be able to completely retarget me there, but man, the armored version of the bow guy is a real bummer. And again, having some serious problems related to my accuracy right now. At the moment, I'm trying to just win entirely off of deflects, honestly. He must have wandered into a trap there.
Let's deal some death.
Boy, that wasn't lethal at all. I didn't even see the guy who targeted us there. Apparently he also missed something. I don't have any idea how he died. Okay, here we go. I'm surprised that guy's still alive. You know, we put out so much damage there on so many different targets. I don't know how any of them managed to pull through it. Yeah, we're definitely not winning this run if I keep playing this way. We don't have the money to shop, and that means we are in pretty dire straits indeed. Because I really don't need to do a more difficult room at this point in the run. Well, we don't really have a choice, though. I certainly can't just go to the shop and, like, just buy food. That is not an acceptable gain for the cost of one of the few rooms we have remaining, you know? I feel like I never see the spears until they're already attacking. Just like their presence on the wall does not register to me. I hate the fact that the eye resurrection can't be interrupted if they're in their if they're still armored. I keep throwing out like individual attacks to buy time and having it not work because they're because I don't remember that they're armored. Okay, I did get him. Please tell me that's the end. Nope. Still paying the price for taking that boon. Look at the number of guys who survived the amount of poison damage we just put out. That's madness. This stuff's still spawning. Criminy. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I do not think that there's necessarily anything wrong with making the Chaos Boon decision we made that is causing us to have such incredibly long rooms here on a day where I'm playing as well as I normally play. Today, though, it was bad. I kind of thought we'd be safe because that guy can't shoot through columns, but apparently sometimes he can.
Should come in handy.
I'm assuming it's because the column was in its broken down state. But yeah, not going so hot here in Elysium. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the increased difficulty level. It's just me not playing well. Alright, at least the festive fog will keep them in place. Oh, except when I miss them with it. Yeah, I really like the festive fog. I think this is a very, very powerful cast option. Of course, one spawns directly on top of me. Well, the good news is, with the length of chambers that we have here, we never have to worry that it will be a foolish decision to wait for greater call.
Dionysus! Yeah, this one's on me.
We know it is happening. But trying to be close to the chariots ever, even just close enough for that thing, is a dangerous game, because the logic of when they deal damage to you seems pretty inconsistent to me. Sometimes they definitely do not have to be moving to hit you, and I assume what's happening there is that I'm getting, like, the frame where they begin charging, they are able to deal damage, and I'm just catching, like, the very, very beginning of the attack. Nope. Not doing Trove Trial. Oh. Dionysus has a chance of giving us that Duo Boon, and I think it would be super helpful. So we're gonna go for that over the hammer here. Alright, well that went a little more cleanly at least. Let's let this guy get over here. Yeah, see, imagine that with constant ticking lightning damage on top of it. You know, we'll just go ahead. Get rid of this shield guy as quickly as we can. The shield guys are not too bad when it's just them. It's just when the other guys get mixed in that it becomes a real problem. Okay. Whew. It's a little bit of a nightmare.
Hey, Zach, my dad. He's here and he wants to have a word. Be cool, man. Go along with what he says, okay?
I'm very happy to see this.
That Dionysus, always much too kind with introductions. Though at least he shows me suitable respect. Perhaps someday he can instruct you in the customs of Olympus here.
Ooh, good.
Ooh, legendary as well. Interesting. I mean, I think I want to take this. Just lightning damage in the fog is fantastic, and also this is on one of our prophecies, but you don't get offered the legendaries every day. This one's not particularly great for us anyway, because we don't really apply the hangover that effectively.
Thanks, family.
I think I'm still... That's the right call.
Much better.
Alright, do we want... You know what? It's so cheap.
Worth it.
I agree, Zag. It is worth it. We're absolutely taking the shop here, because we still need the help. So do I want to grab this now? Probably.
Should help keep me going.
I'm gonna take this. Those were all pretty weak, though.
My message comes to you by riverboat this time, young Zagreus. At least that Charon is amenable to our attempts to contact you.
So at this point, like, what is she even... Oh, you know what? Ravenous Will. I was gonna say, what would she even offer us that is good? But yeah, that'll do it. Whenever you cast, damage foes around you and chill. Interesting. A cast buff that is not quite a cast buff. We're not usually near things when the cast goes off. Although I guess, I don't know, it might trigger when you load the cast into the bow. I would assume it triggers, though, when the projectile connects. We're gonna take this.
Oh, that's brisk.
We don't have any charges of our cast pretty much all the time, so that seems like a no-brainer. Aha! So I wanted just like a little tiny bit of gold so we could buy this before we die.
Just what I need.
No sense going back to the house with that money in our pocket.
Big crowd, huh?
I have recovered, as you can plainly see, monster, as has Asterius. And this time, we are filled with renewed vigor to destroy you utterly.
So we're locked in an endless cycle of violence, basically. I guess that's one way for you to pass the time here in this stodgy place.
You take that back about Elysium. Or better, I shall make you eat those careless, inappropriate remarks. Come, Asterius, to war!
Yeah, how dare I badmouth our eternal prison?
Foul demon, we shall thwart your each and every trespass of Elysium. Most enthusiastic audience.
Ow. Shouldn't have stood there for that. But yeah, see, that damage is pretty good. That's stacking up nicely.
Not even a scratch.
I think we might have gotten the deflect on his spear there if I hadn't run behind cover at the exact moment of the throw. Ah. Jump over here. Aha, you fool. I think we're going to wait on our greater call until it's just Theseus, because we're pretty close. Ow. There we go.
You struck down the bull.
I sure did.
Dionysus, for real. Foul demon.
Look at this cowardice. Got him. He seems to have lost a step, right? It's not just me.
You are all talk, you know. I am
Still a little hungover, it turns out.
That'll teach him.
Well, can I just say, I'm absolutely shocked that we came out of that.
Shit for a god. Hope you enjoyed the
Even
show.
more
Good
ambrosia. Yep, so I want to swing by and thank my one fan real quick. He even brought a little bit of a banner. That's that's really adorable.
Should be another such performance soon.
Unfortunately. Alright, oh right, I spent all of our money, because I thought we were going to die. Where are we at on this? 18? You know, I don't feel too bad about 18. Where are we at on it as far as upgrading goes? 11 more encounters. We're not getting that this run. Because the little side rooms won't count, right?
Clear.
Alright, well, you know what? Maybe today's run isn't that much of a failure.
The edge of Father's realm.
Oh, we don't get to fish again. And I'm not allowed to pet Cerberus while he's on duty. Okay, I mean...
where would I be?
Let's go get that thing, hopefully. There we go. I was trying to get them all grouped up. It does feel pretty powerful in a space as small as this. How? How did I manage to miss that? Which is really incredible work. It is truly unbelievable. So it seemed like he stayed poisoned there the whole time. I wonder if it is in fact the case that the satyrs have to touch the cure pools in order to de-poison themselves. I thought it was just wearing off naturally, but that guy was poisoned for longer than I was expecting. Yeah, I think we have we have a pretty solid build here. It's a shame we're not getting to this point with a little bit more in the way of resources. I didn't do as much damage to them as I was hoping.
Right.
Oh, it's just a normal one. I had assumed when that spawn wave was so small that thing must be armored. Of course, we can't really tell ahead of time with the blue health. Oh, that's no good. One thing that's really important to do, and I'm not really talking about it, but rest assured I am doing it, when you are in this part of the game, is to notice where the cure pools are immediately upon entering each room. Oof. Ugly, but we survive. I mean, we gotta hope that we gotta hope that we find it quickly, right? Man, 1,200 gold for Titan Blood. That does seem awfully nice. I guess hammer now? Yeah.
Maybe this way.
Still suffering from some real loose aim here. Now, see, a case like that is one of the few places where I feel like the blue health thing could really bite you. When you're facing that many small enemies, you actually are adding a pretty significant number of hits to what is necessary to clear the room. And you're way more likely to fail to hit something twice and have it just run up and chomp you one. Alright, attack fires 2 shots side by side but with reduced range. So, we're already a little more close range than is probably safe, but double fire at this shot speed, that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage real fast. And then we have the lightning bolts coming down on them too. I think we gotta take twin shot.
Tuned up. Bit of an aftertaste.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's any other loot around here. Okay. That's really short ranged.
Right. Coming right up.
So we're at 185. I think we probably shouldn't do any more side areas. Let's buy the one thing we can buy here and then get out. Oh, sorry, I mean not the pomegranate, obviously. Foes' ranged attack projectiles are 40% slower. Oh, no, we gotta take Last Stand, right?
Divine protection.
That said, I do think that slower projectile thing is actually really good.
Gigantic Cerberus accepts the prince's foul offering.
Thanks, boy.
Hooray, we did it. I gotta say, this really feels like Athena coming through in the clutch. In our hour of need, she is here for us.
You're not going to stop me.
You now know that even if you are able to surpass me, you shall ultimately perish soon enough. And yet you still persist. Utterly senseless.
I found her, father, and I'm going to find Mother again. And again and again until I have some answers finally. She'd like some answers too, beginning with, why did you never tell her that I lived? You let her go and left her to her grief.
Silence, boy. Save all your ignorant and baseless accusations. You seem incapable of heeding my request that you not blather on about a matter you shall never understand. Then I shall save my breath for this fight.
Alright, honestly, I'm pretty pleased that we got here after the way that I've been playing, so even if we don't win this, I'm kind of counting this as a little bit of a recovery victory. Oh, right. Right, we gotta be real close. Like this. Ah.
Show yourself.
It is very short-ranged. Let's try to get him to walk back into it here.
Darkness. Heed me, wretches, on my authority.
Why don't you let your wretches rest in peace?
Darkness.
Man, screw these guys.
Okay.
Ow.
How vile that you drag Olympus into this. Darkness.
I mean, we're doing okay here.
Darkness.
Having to be this close to him is not good for us, but aside from that, we're doing alright. Ooh, that got a little close.
Darkness. Darkness.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Shit, I thought that was gonna run out.
Darkness.
I was kind of hoping by coming up, by running over here, we could get that thing to come up underneath the cloud, but I guess it must have died, actually?
Yeah, this one's on me.
Darkness.
Let's make sure these things get blown up.
I see.
Oh, that's bad.
Like that?
Yeah, I got stuck on the pillar.
We had our little warm-up. It is time that we began in earnest. Blast you.
Damn it. Okay, well, that's probably it right there, honestly. That was so much damage so quickly, it's hard to imagine surviving the fight now. And then also, I'm still doing that. Let's try to break some of these early. Give ourselves a little bit of room to the beam is not even touching me right now. I think we took one more tick there than we probably should have.
You got it, man.
Oh, that's bad.
Get off me! You stepped in something, boy.
Yeah. Well, it's not my fault you're not housebroken. That's not actually hitting him. It really is. We're very short-ranged. Hermes is doing everything in his power to keep us alive here, and it's not going to be enough, I'm afraid. Oh, damn it.
You are somewhat stronger than expected, boy.
I don't know if he just slowed down the rotation or if he actually reversed the rotation there or what, but we were fine at normal running speed there for a moment, and I thought the plan was going to be to just move at normal run speed to the pillar, and then all of a sudden that beam stopped and we ran into it.
Hypnos, really, that is the worst idea I think I've ever heard. Do you understand how little sense that makes?
I'm just saying, maybe if you just, I don't know, had all the mortals die at the same time, it'd save you a bunch of trips, and we'd have more time to spend together, huh?
Oh, I think Hypnos might be making a move here.
I don't know why I bother with you, honestly. Get back to work, and let me do the same.
Oh.
And Zagreus is disappointed that Hypnos has chased off his very close friend. They were roommates.
What news this time, lad? Did you find your mother once again?
No, I failed, sir. No thanks to father. What am I going to do?
Just take it easy now. You got there once. There isn't any question in my mind that you can do it once again. Your father's acting as though nothing's changed besides. So don't lose hope. You're capable of this.
Achilles clearly did not watch the run that just transpired.
I hope you're right.
So, because Hypnos was busy trying to convince Thanatos to commit genocide, we don't get to give him... I would totally have given him a nectar as well.
I found her, boy. My mother. Persephone, you remember her, don't you? She was pleased to hear about you. But I couldn't stay for long, and I have to find her again. So, guess I'll see you at the temple then.
The ghoulish features of the much reviled Hound of Hell all soften instantly upon the mention of a certain name. Briefly then, the monster is at peace.
I like how quickly Zagreus has sort of adjusted to his new reality.
More pets? More pets.
And then, I mean, obviously. Obviously, every time we come through. Alright, where are we at on this? Dark Thirst gives gemstones? I mean, what would we really want to save our diamonds up for? Claiming Nectar gives you a random pomegranate upgrade. Chambers may contain an Erebus gate. Oh, these are like special extra challenge rooms that give you more reward, but I think, if I remember correctly, you have to do them without getting hit, I think? We might want to save up for that, maybe. Although this one also seems very, very good. I think we're not going to spend yet. At the very least, we want to save up for Darkness Pitch Black, although we may want to go even further. And we are a lot of gemstones away from the Infernal Trove upgrade.
Nyx, why did you never send word to Mother that I lived? You knew at least approximately where she went. You and Father, you could have spared us so much pain.
I swore a binding oath never to say, child. I have already circumvented it as much as can be done. Know that I acted with only her well-being in mind, as well as yours.
You know, I feel like all of the rules around here seem to only be in effect when people feel like they ought to be in effect. I don't find that reason terribly compelling. Is this the... Yep, it's the the merchant.
Congratulations, wretched broker.
He did it. Hooray.
What's for sale?
So today's time thing is interesting. Given that we don't really have the way to use the ambrosia yet, I almost wonder if this is worth doing. The ambrosia is a pretty limited resource, though. My guess is it's going to be like the Titan Blood, where as soon as we get the opportunity to do stuff with it, we're going to wish we had a whole bunch. So I'm just going to hold on to it. The darkness comes. We don't have to make a big deal of getting it quickly.
I have to tell you, Deuce, your job seems really stressful here. It's a big house. You have to tend to the entire thing.
Oh, well, most of it isn't so bad at all. But ever since Cerberus tore up the lounge, I guess it's been a little hectic getting everything back to normal like before.
I'm not sure it was ever normal around here, but I'm sorry I created work for you. Cerberus tore the place apart because of me. Though maybe I can help you patch things up.
Don't say that, Prince. Cerberus knows better, and besides, you have your job to do, don't you? And I have mine. And I will do my very best at it. Just wait and see.
And she's off.
She's adorable, and I admire her work ethic, but it does seem like she... I'm not trying to tell Dusa how to do her job. Obviously, she's very well trained, but she does have a lot of extra snakes, and they're not all holding dusters. You know?
Here's all I caught. Use
Wow!
it wisely, my friend.
Hey, that's a pretty good reward. So I had sort of assumed that all of the fish would just be gemstones, but I guess the different fish are worth different things. Alright, let's finish pushing that up. It probably goes all the way up to 100, is my guess, so it's going to be a while before we've maxed that out. And we're a third of the way toward unlocking the last bit of the mirror here. At least what I think is the last bit of the mirror.
I should go.
Oh, interesting. That's the first time Skelly's been gone, right? I wonder what that's about. Alright, so let's
ready, Exegriff?
Pick another weapon here. What are the aspects available for you?
Telling me your secrets.
Oh, Skelly's back, apparently. I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. Obviously, it's powerful, but it's simple and kind of uninteresting. Maybe let's unlock the aspect of Hestia. This is kind of a weird thing, and like the rail is usually a very like attack speed focused weapon, just like hit a bunch of times for small amounts of damage. This does really change the way you want to play with it. Yeah, let's go ahead and unlock this.
Grant me the aspect of Hestia.
Plus, I do think it looks pretty cool.
You been messing with that shitty thing, pal? Hey, that shot back different somehow.
Okay, I mean, it's pretty much the thing it said it was.
Say, Skelly, don't suppose you'd care to tell me how the infamous twin-fisted Malphon came to be right here in this very courtyard, would you?
Nope. Not any of my business, pal, which is to say I didn't see a thing. And even if I did, it isn't what I'm paid to do. Don't you have someone in your fancy house there paid to keep watch over stuff like that? Ask them.
All right, maybe I will.
So with this thing, the way it works, like, we're sort of incentivized to maybe work with the dash attack, maybe pursue boons that buff the dash attack. And obviously any boon that works on our normal, increases our normal attack damage by a reasonable percentage will also be good. So, I mean, we have a lot of options on that. Alright, sadly, we left this thing with 3 encounters before it maxes out. You know what, we might just use it for a little bit of next run. Like, maybe start the run with the coin purse, switch to the pierced butterfly just for Asphodel, even though, obviously, we'll get basically no benefit from it, just to max it out, so we'll be getting 2% damage on each room next time we use it, and then switch to, I don't even know what else for the rest of the run. I guess
might help.
It depends a lot on how things are going. So that probably is where we ought to call it for today. thank you all so much for watching. We ended up getting a lot further there than I thought we were going to after the way the first third of the run went. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we will be even more successful. And we'll see you then.